Ladies and gentlemen, ignore everything that's on your screen right now. I do hope this day is treating you as well as it possibly can. Yeah, I woke up about 30 minutes after my usual stream start time, and I was just like, ugh, brains. Thought about laying down some more, to be totally honest with you. But the shock, for lack of a better way to call that, of being so late woke me up pretty hard. So, right, I was going to go buy some stuff. Go to hell, Rabia. I need bombs. Give me bombs. Give me bombs. Don't worry, I'll take good care of your bombs. See, what I find really strange, Dakota, is it's not everywhere. Like, look at the screen right now for a second. Because, yeah, there's no cloud stuff here. How do you rent a bomb? Well, yeah, we'll see, Gigi. I'm actually quite curious myself how this is going to leave you. Yeah, rent a bombs. Check the areas near you. Maybe not. Okay. What am I doing? I am... I don't know if I have access to it. Let's explore a little bit. Before we go do the dungeons, let's go see something really quick. Good morning, Spartan. And good morning to everyone I haven't said good morning to yet. Yeah, I do think some of the textures are but I think this game holds up reasonably well. Which it should, it's not that old. Oh my, what business have you with Mother... Mai? Forgive me if my spirits aren't flying so high. We were on a great voyage through all the worlds, my tykes and I. And I lost sight of my little Mai, all 100 of my babies, by and by. Could you find all of them? Of course. So this is our latest take on the Gold Skulltula concept, but also probably one of the better ones by memory. I don't think I've even heard of those Von Falkenstein, so I'm gonna go with no. Okay, fine. So that's the first thing, which I like. It's probably not super obvious because it's over here on the map, but if you can see, it part and parceled each of the areas into provinces, and it shows how many things are in each province. Cool. That's already a good feature right there by itself. We've already improved over the Breath of the Wild format, which I remind you, is a game that came out like 6 years after this. So that's already cool. Second of all, and this is important, similar to another game series we've barely covered, it's not like, how do I explain this? A lot of games have these collectibles, and the rewards for getting them are uneven, to put that simply. So you get this, and it's useful, and you get this, and it's not useful, and you get this, and it's extremely useful, and everyone goes for that one. But then there's this one you don't bother to get, and then there's a 100% reward, which is junk, right? You know what I'm talking about. The overwhelming majority of games have uneven rewards, but this game, every single reward you get from this is generally useful and helpful, and the final reward is extremely helpful. So in other words, rather than being and just kind of de-investing you from engaging in the system, it's investing you because there's tons of valuable stuff you can get for actually bothering to get everything. In a gradient, too. So, thumbs up in that one, in my opinion. This is probably going to be one of our very, very first collectible positives in the franchise. The other one we'll have to debate would be Ocarina. possibly Majora's. We'll talk about that. Anyways. Please until you rescue some, and then it'll tell you only how many more you have yet to find. Yep. Please go and search for my Maya-Mayas. You got it. They call it with such cute chirping sounds. Yes, that's another thing, by the way. There's an audio cue. Sorry, I actually forgot about this. There's an audio cue when there's one nearby, too. If I were to clip that, because if I manage to get that inside of 60 seconds. If I didn't, I can repeat myself and try to get under 60 seconds. But notice they give a tutorial for these things right off the bat. So you can immediately know, and this is another good collectible thing, by the way. I've talked about this before. A lot of games, they're like, hey, look for such and such. And until you see it and or hear it, you don't really know what you're looking for. Because we tend to look for patterns, individual and specific patterns. So, like, imagine if they hadn't told me what a Maya-Maya looks like, and I'm just looking the world for anything. Until I finally see one, it's like, aha. In this case, they decide to put it right here. No need to ever have that look for anything phase. This is what you're looking for. Bam. I'm sorry, I sound like I'm overpraising here, and I apologize, but I gotta be clear. This is one of the better collectibles I've seen in gaming. Like, total. I 100%ed this game without a guide, just for fun. That is not a commonality for me. And stretch. Hey, guy, you seem like you get around a lot. Don't forget to do your stretches, okay? Well, it's not your stretches that are troubling you? Must be that building over there, right? What do you mean, which one? The one with the windmill. Can you see it if you use this? Oh, yeah, I actually forgot we have a camera. Silly me. Lego Star Wars. Yeah, Lego games usually have decent collectible design, too. We'll debate that when we get there, Nerozos. It could be a positive plus negative situation, too. Thank you for being part of the show, Ruben Cure. Even though I suck. I'll put that towards Wander Song, Gothic 1, and Henry Stickmin. You got it. I don't think so, no, Walker. We only have like 3 mods left at this point, because I just usually don't need them. Why do you ask? Give me my rupees back. Damn it. Freaking like lights. I do like how there's a difference between the lightning ones and the regular ones this time around. You know, you keep saying that. I'm starting to think you're doing it on purpose, Walker. Like, I'll just quietly leave the server. So even though there was no crouch wall there, I knew that was there because I've played LTTP. Naturally, this is going to be the Frost Rod. Or just 300 rupees. Which hopefully I won't lose to some freaking likes. We need as many rupees as we can in this one, though. This is another game which rupees actually retain a level of significance for some time. One of the very first things I did in this game was tried to farm up rupees when I was playing it last time. It's just a note. Sorry, I took the frost rod. Step right up. Try your feet at Hyrule foot. It's a mad dash to the finish. Put those feet of yours to the test, fella. I can tell you're fleet of foot. I bet you'll burn up the tracks. Entry fee's 20 rupees. Huh? Hey, don't tell me that you're planning on racing in those shoes. Signed, your ancestor. God dang it. Probably Darkrai. There's a few things like that. I'm going to keep pointing those out as we go. But one of this race, you're going to have some proper running shoes. I mean, you can still give it a shot if you've got faith in those legs of yours. Which I do not. I do like how it flat out warns you, hey, if you don't have the Pegasus boots, don't do this. I believe it is actually possible to win the race without the Pegasus boots. I'm not trying that. Yeah, I have to admit, this is going to sound like a really weird statement, since I am a well-known... Wrong way to phrase that. It is well known that I am an economics geek. But it is amusing to me how often game designers don't seem to know anything about economics. One of the aspects of itemization we review is the monetary, and how relevant and valuable gil, gold, or rupees, or whatever it is within a specific game. How well they actually balance that. As opposed to, you know, like FF14, to use a random I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go straight for that one, but like, FF14's in-game economy is not great. Do I have any bottles? I do have a bottle. No, I don't have the net. Right, of course I don't. Well, whatever. We have access to a fairy fountain now. That's nice. I'm even going to put a pin in that just to make sure I remember. Fairy fountain. Boop. And we'll color that, I don't know, yellow. Yeah, that's something. Why do most people not know about economics? It's kind of important. Like, even on a day-to-day basis, understanding how to know when you're getting scammed by your grocery store might not be a bad thing to learn, you know? I didn't do it, or maybe I did, whatever. I'm just sorry either way. Who are you? Who are you? Did my wife send you to find me? I sealed up the opening nice and tight. There wasn't even a crack. How'd you get in here? You're not here to bring me back to the village, are you? Then how about helping me out with something? I mean, if it isn't too much trouble. Really? So, here's the thing. I run the item shop in Kakariko. Or, I did until I wasted almost all my profits on something dumb. I mean, it didn't seem dumb at first. I bought an apple from the street merchant outside my shop. It looked so tasty I gave him almost every rupee I had, but you do the same thing too, right? You're an idiot. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Anyway, about that apple. I ate it right away, right? It was the best apple ever. Worth every rupee, for sure. Fortunately, my wife didn't see things that way. She really let me have it. Wow, how my wife can yell when she thinks she's right. I guess she was right. It was most of our savings, after all. So, I'm not proud of this. When I took a lunch break, I just sort of didn't come back. See, that's my sad story. Could happen to anyone, right? Only you. You see, I'm just like my wife. You've got life all figured out, don't you? Dude, you gave a dude your life savings for an apple. I've been thinking that I've got to hide myself away until I really sort it all out. Maybe it's some secluded dungeon. I know those places are dangerous without the right gear. Like a scoot food. I need one of those before I go. Please get me one. Alright. Yeah. Okay, Dakota, you just gave me full-formed, in my mind, an idea for an entire series of like, videos or movies or whatever. And I don't know what to call it, but the basis is it charm magic, or is it a moron? You be the judge. Is this person really, really stupid, or were they charmed by magic? And then, you probably haven't seen this, Dakota, but there was this old series that Jonathan Frakes used to host, where it was like, was this a real story, or was this fake? And the whole premise of it was you were supposed to guess if it was real or fake. And yeah, it's kind of framed like a court series. Was this person an idiot? Or did someone charm them? You be the judge. Oh, I don't have the thing yet. Oh well. Now, how's this all gonna work? Maybe jump off the ledge? Oh, better be holding a Kuko, right? That part's important. Then that treasure will be mine! Okay. You like 3D sections, right? Because I don't. Right, let's go for broke. Let's go for the big one. Use that depth perception. Ah, failure. Failure. You want to hear my favorite description of how the Great Depression got started? This is not a joke. I mean, it sounds like a joke, but it isn't, I swear. Wow, I love the stock market. They just keep going up forever. What if they don't? Oh no, I never thought about that. Sell, 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 and Great Depression. Damn. Yes, that is oversimplified. Hang on, one more try, one more try. I think I know what it wants from me here. In fact, actually. Oh, damn. Oh, well. I give up. I give up. And that is a valid point, Ect, but if I could contradict you completely, I think you're literally Hitler. I mean, what I actually mean is that economics tends to be a lot more debatable the higher up you get. That is to say, how countrywide economics work, or how global economics work, or how certain much more esoteric concepts exist. Like, a lot of people debate how and what private equity is, and if it should be tolerated, and even if it isn't tolerated, excuse me, how do we crack down on such a thing, and whether or not you should be able to leverage using debt in order to buy other debt to sell to other people in order to be able to use that as leverage for a loan to get more debt. And no, I didn't make that example up. I had to think about that one for a moment. That's the kind of thing that gets a little bit more debatable. Should you spend all your rupees on an apple is a little bit more fundamental. This way, this way. Exactly, Ritual. Snakes! Snakes! That is true, Spartan. I should know. Yeah, then here's one for you. And I'm not asking for an answer to this question. I'm just stating the kind of question that can cause an argument. Is the current drive to establish a second stock exchange here in the United States a good thing or a bad thing? It's functionally already succeeded, Blake Jamal, but yes. Being based in Texas. Now, I will go ahead and give my opinion on that. Bad. Because one of their biggest stated reasons for doing so is the fact that they want to avoid a lot of the customer protections and general human rights issues and rules that exist in New York, which is where the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ are based. So they establish in Texas, which has much, much looser requirements, especially on the corporate side of things. Generally speaking, if that's your motive, I am already a little sus on that, you know what I mean? Here's another example of the LTTP thing. This used to be a portal to the dark world, but here, it's a Maya-Mai. Don't even get me started on trust fund babies. Fun stuff, Nero says. Now, hang on. You're probably thinking, okay, so obviously this is just a capitalism thing. Well, let me share another reason why I think that's bad. Because I like to give my work, you know, or I like to give my work. Listen, I like to show my work. I know you're sick of me talking about it, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. All I'm going to say is we have a bit of a housing problem in the world right now. And I legitimately think that housing problem shouldn't exist. Like, that it's not an objective thing, right? It's just subjective thing. It's something that we are allowing to exist, not something that is mandated. But that's not the opinion part. In Texas, housing prices are very slowly starting to creep up, and have been for about a year now. Why? Well, because a lot of rather rich people are moving into Texas from the coasts in order to now live there, with regards to the new stock exchange that has just been set up there. So, that's cool. This wouldn't be as much of an issue if being priced out of your home wasn't a thing that could happen. But it is. Were those snakes? Why are there snakes everywhere? Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's a pretty common tactic, Dakota. Not exactly exclusive to Texas. Yeah, that's another thing. More and more, this has always been a thing, but more and more individual costs, is how I'm going to phrase it, have been changing what they charge based on where they are at, and absolutely no other reason. If you've ever wondered why getting McDonald's in certain areas is a lot more expensive than in other areas, that's why. And like I said, nowadays they're getting really overt about that. Also, wouldn't a snake in your boots really, really suck? Like, I know that's supposed to be on a kid's toy and all that, but think about that for a second. How did it even get in there? How did it stay in there? Yeah, Wendy's has been jumping on board that particular bandwagon and got a little shouted down on that, but we'll see if they decide to implement it anyways. One of the really, really funny things in a few places, only a few, is several people in some areas have just stopped getting fast food because, and there's no nice way to put this, one of the benefits of fast food is and always has been its price. But they've started charging so much in some areas, people are just like, well, I'm just going to not get fast food at that point. Like, there's other options that are cheaper and just as fast and less frustrating. So, way to go, fast food places! Thank you, Zalok. Put this up. I'll put that towards Unmetal, Lego Jurassic World, and Dealer's Choice. It is not a joke to say, so yesterday, right, we ended up getting sandwiches for dinner. You remember that? I could have gotten, like, say, Subway. I'll do an example right now. Give me a sec, Because this is very much a real thing where I live right now. I swear at some point I'll actually play a Zelda game. Here we go. So, if I want a foot-long sub right now, delivered, so same price, it's $13, okay? That's from Subway. Now, the local place I was just at, give me a moment, please. Now, it's still not exactly cheap, but it's $8 for the sub. And that is a full foot long. And that is also a much, much better sub. Now, that's actually more stark of a comparison than I thought it was going to be, but that's kind of the direction I'm talking about. It's functionally, there's no good reason to get fast food around here, unless you're really specifically craving it, and let's be honest with ourselves, why would you be craving fast food? I mean, no judgment, I'm just saying. Even my eldest niece tends to prefer some of the local places over fast food at this point. From a purely flavor perspective. What am I doing? Right. I am checking the map. I guess I can't check the map. Can't access that yet. My youngest niece? She'll eat pretty much whatever's put in front of her. Although, my middle niece is the picky eater. She's going through that phase, for those of you who've ever taken care of kids. The one and only thing that she will eat with regularity is spaghetti. And of course, that means homemade spaghetti. That's unrelated to anything. I just think that's funny, because we have so many difficulties getting her to eat sometimes. And she's just like, can we have spaghetti? Okay. So you may or may not have noticed, sorry, I should point this out. The reason I beelined, the one and only thing I dislike about the Mai Mais in this game, is you have to go actually talk to the mother Mai Mai for the other ones to spawn in the world. We've been several of these places before, they just haven't been here. So, that sucks. Why would fatty be censored? Unless it's just because it's used as an insult word often. Oops, wrong button. Oh god, I forgot about that, Dakota. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I'm having some depth perception issues on some of these stages, I'll tell you what. No, I'm gonna run out. No! No, it's on the right. I was right. I was right. Try not to die this time. There it is. That's a running over here. Why would Thing... Oh my god. Twitch, stop censoring random words. Like Hitler. Which, if I'm being honest, that's a weird word to censor, too. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not into the usage of the mana potions all that much, but shrug, I suppose. How's all this gonna work? Floor switches, hit the 2 round switches. Okay. I wasn't actually expecting time to unfreeze. We gotta go. We do all that. Good news is it's not that long, but god dang it. Slowly refill our magic. Okay. L is for loot. Good morning, Loke. Or for nothing at all. Well, I suppose that's it then. This is all just for rupees. It's okay. We need rupees. We need rupees. Thousands and thousands of rupees. I forget how many actually, but it's a few. Okay, so we did that. We did that. We can't do that yet. We already did that. Let's go over here because we didn't do this yet. It looks so cute when they're dangling underwater, too. Of course, we don't have the flippers yet. Or the boots. Is me. The shadow's different, by the way, and the glitter on the gem is a little bit different as well. So you can pretty much always tell. How many... Order. What? You've been playing for a while. Why not take a break? Game, I swear to God. The bridge is broken. Some guy just dashed by and jumped it, though. Me, I could never do that. So there's nothing to do but to swim to Zora's domain. What'd you say? You can't swim? Hey, just like me. We like brothers, swim to friend. And you know what? We both can't get to Zora's domain either. Right. So about getting to Zora's domain. What a special ability. That's about as special as they come. Well, thanks. Yes, he's a fish who can't swim. Don't think about it. Oh, wow, I actually can't get past the rocks. Ha! Okay. We'll come back to that. So part of what I'm demonstrating here is a lot of their overworld mentality in here is very similar to what it was back in LTTP. You have access to like 95%, maybe closer to 80 actually, maybe 80% of the overworld right off the gate. Wait a second, the kiddo's giving me the evil eye back in the village. What are you doing in a place like this? Ugh, out of my way. Well, I'm an evil thief. Queen, the Queen, please help. Somebody help. The Queen's in a sea of trouble. We've got to do something. What? That guy doesn't even know all the trouble he just caused. It's getting worse by the second. Can't believe the guy came out and took the smooth gem right out from under our gills. That finless jerk was probably thought it was just some sparkly thing, but the Queen needs it to contain her power. Without that smooth gem, our Queen will keep... eating fish? She'll keep bloating up. Our poor Queen. Got to get that smooth gem back, or else. Smooth gem's rarer than rare. Somebody could get a high price for that. If I was going to make off of that stone, we should have done it first. Oh, what am I thinking? I can't let the Queen hear that sort of talk. Must have seen that guy run out with the Queen's smooth gem, right? We've got to get it back. If you see a big gleaming golden gemstone, please bring it back here. I'm sure you'd get a nice reward. Please, stranger, can't you get the smooth gem back? We've got to get her back in her pool before all is lost. Ah, she'll be fine. Yes, the Queen is a biohazard. Can confirm. As with most queens in real life. Alright. So we're going to do a couple things first, because we do have a couple things we can do. Good news, I've got some new stock. Have you seen this smooth gem? It's so good. How much each? 200 rupees. Ugh, fine. Come back soon. So we know who he's dealing with. I also need a scoot fruit. I mean, I'll be honest, even the first time I played this, my first knee-jerk reaction was, alright, let's hit the fence up. It helps that it's literally right there, and as you approach, he says, hey, I've got some new stock, so... it's not like you're gonna miss it. I'm almost positive there's a way... oh, yeah, there he is. You again. You banged into me at the Zora cave. And yeah, we need the Pegasus boots. Remember the running guy in the original game? We'll get there. Alright. Foist and Foistmost. I mean, if that worked, it could. What kind of game would work? Oh, no. You'd have to have, like, each different color causes a different effect. That's how that would work. And so you could paint your boots, but you can only paint them one color. Wait, do you have the Queen's Smooth Gem? Yep, I rewarded the thief. Throw it in the pool, hurry! Do you want to throw it? Don't throw it! Oh, the Queen! The bloating has stopped. Are you the one who helped me? Thanks to you, I am free of my pool. That was all rather undignified. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Orin, Queen of Zoras. I don't know how I came to rely on that troublesome smooth gem, but I do need it, so I thank you deeply. I am filled with gratitude. Please take these, won't you? Flippers. They'll allow you to swim and dive, so you may travel the rivers and roam the lakes. My Zoras do consider their territory, and while I tell them to get along with people, I have to admit they just don't listen, so be careful out there. So there you go. There's the canonical reason, I'm not actually joking, that they came up as of this game, retconning the previous canonical reason why some Zoras are friendly and some are not. Sometimes they just don't listen. Sorry I had to see us in such an uproar. Okay. And of course, as usual, right outside, there's something worth getting. How many of you have noticed that the Mai-Mais also squeak in time to the "you got the thing" noise? Squeak, 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 squeak. No? Okay, never mind. Ignore me, ignore me. There's a villainous home, Trihexia? Wow. I don't know what that's like. Yeah, haha. You found me. I'm gonna have to ask you to clarify that one, Spartan. Because, like, I've played Zelda games, you know? Yeah, we just now got our 5th heart, by the way. Or our first non-boss heart piece. Heart container, excuse me. I've also played, you know, Metroid games. Hold on, it's so quick. I mean, don't mistake me, I like Twilight Princess too, but, like, are you paying attention during LTTP? Okay, so there was one over here. It's so weird not having the Pegasus boots. As a reminder, you get the Pegasus shoes very early in the LTTP. In this game, they trade that off. Instead, we get the fast travel very early. So I probably could have used that, but eh. So I've had a hard time sleeping lately. I've been hearing the strangest little cries from my roof. I've never heard anything like it before. It keeps me up all night. Do I have... I do. claim your rupees. How did you find those? I'm just that good. So I'm looking at the map. I didn't intend for that to work out that way, but I'm going to accept that. Grab the fast travel point while we're right here. Well, the bombs and the hammer are pretty much mandatory, as is the weather thing. The air blower, I don't know what it's called. Tornado wand, something like that. Some of the items are a lot more optional than the others, and some of the items are straight up mandatory. Kind of depends on what you're trying to do at any given point in time, too. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. I did, and I'm probably the only person in the world who really thinks that's a good thing. But I do. Open world is one of the banes of, well, gaming in general, honestly. I was going to say recent gaming, but that actually goes back a while. Like, open world games have been around and done badly for so long that people were already making fun of badly done open world games over 10 years ago. So, yeah. Bring on the mission-based. Sold. Although, I guarantee you why it's mission-based. Can you guess? I wasn't going to bring up Inquisition. I mean, money's kind of the answer, but Dragon Age 4 was 100% not ready to go. Still is not ready to go. I predict it'll be a very rough launch, and it'll get launch negatives. But, as I've predicted for the better part of a year at this point now, the moment they saw the sales figures for Baldur's Gate 3, they were like, oh god, we've got to push Dragon Age 4 out the door. I've said that over and over, and I have been proven right at every step. Switching to mission-based means that the game is going to take a lot less QA time and general dev time in order to push out the door. Because, generally speaking, when it comes to these kind of games, you usually design the missions first, the quests, the interactions, etc., and then you kind of build the open world around it. So all you have to do is put some boundaries around the mission, and there you go, there's your mission. Now, I could be wrong about this. They could have designed that way from the beginning, but I doubt it. I just warped to the wrong spot, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Hang on, hang on. No. I still have not had time to watch the gameplay trailer, by the way. So, you can make fun of me for that. I'll accept it. But, I mean, the fact that I woke up 30 minutes late for stream probably says all it needs to. I have not been feeling great lately. So at some point, I swear, I will actually look at the gameplay footage and decide my own opinion on the matter. So there's 10. If you bring me your items, I'll reward you. Oh, so nice. But I can't work my magic on items you don't own. So she can upgrade an owned item. We'll talk more about that when we can actually interact with it. I forgot it had to be an owned item, so that's why I did that early. I appreciate you, Irene, even though you're not named Maple. Okay, let's actually do Dungeon 2. I believe you're right, Ginkgo. So as you can see, we just start off with puzzles based on the object in question. This is kind of going back to what I've talked about a few times. We also play around with the concept a little bit more than we did in LTTP. Get used to that idea. Oh, God. See, that's the kind of thing someone in real life would come up with Blue Fusion Bolt. I almost thought there was no music playing for a second. Actually, more obvious in 2D mode. Still can't get past those, though. Well, I've played Darksiders 1. Couple of times. I'm pretty sure I've beaten Darksiders 2, and Darksiders 3 was trash. I haven't played all the way through Genesis yet, so I can't form an opinion of that one. I do like the sound effect on the switches now. So, you know how I can tell you're not paying attention to me, Triaxia? I literally just said, I haven't seen the gameplay trailer yet, I haven't had time. Someone in chat even said they wanted to see my live opinion of it. But I like Darksiders 1 for what it was. I don't want to overpraise it. It was definitely a good game. I wouldn't call it a great game. Darksiders 2 did a lot better, but also a lot worse at the same time, so on that front. How do I... Yeah, Darksiders 2 had a bit of a padding issue, and you know my tolerance for padding. game I like that I feel is overpraised. I mean, name just about any game that's usually listed as the best game of all time, which is a good game, but is not the best game of all time. Mario 3, Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy 7, Baldur's Gate 3. New Vegas, it's another one. Oh, New Vegas. Why can't I? Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm actually, sort of stuck? Like, I'm not sure what the game wants from me here. I'm stuck in the very first room of the Tower of Hera, because I can't seem to figure out what it wants from me. Skyrim. I don't hear a lot of praise for Skyrim. In fact, I'm unusually positive about Skyrim. And I can't say anything about GTA 5 since it's one of my top 5 reviewed games. Go out the window again? Okay. Okay, now what? Like, I've been out here 3 times now. I could just die, I guess. Ah! I give up. Because, yeah, I can't do anything over here. I'm running into the wall there. Yeah, Diablo 2 would qualify as well. A lot of people call that the most amazingest game of all time ever. Oh yeah, Mario 64, while we're on the subject. This has got to be something really, really basic. Oh my god. Yep, it was something extremely basic. Okay, so to explain a little bit, I want you to look at that angle right there for just a second, okay? So, from that angle, it looks like that thing that's over the door is actually blocking the path over here. So obviously I can't just merge against this wall and go across it. But that was actually a perspective trick. I can go over it just fine. Always something stupid. I will be honest, if there's one decisive negative I would probably give this game, it is the perspective issues. That is not the first time we've had that issue, and it probably will not be the last. But then again, this is the Tower of Hera, a very vertical level, so duh, right? I mean, that is easy to say, Blade Javal, but the problem is it wasn't... it wasn't an active assumption, if that makes any sense. It just looked immediately like something I couldn't interact with. It did not even occur to me I could cross there. Ironically, if I was watching this in 3D, it would be more obvious, but I physically can't at the moment. I'm almost positive that when I was playing this on the 3DS, I would pop the 3D mode on and off periodically, just to look at stuff like that, and be like, Anyways, best game that's actually mid, while not being as bad as Twice, Wait, what? While not being as bad as Twice, shouldn't have been praised as Lil... Oh my god, Yura, help me out here. I will say, one thing I like about this dungeon, little irritations aside, is that they are absolutely playing with the gimmick. No, not the 3D thing. the 2D thing, actually. Sorry. Gotcha, you're... Well, if it makes you feel any better, I've never been able to figure out what Bilbo Baggins was actually saying. Yes, I know, there's actually like a diagram that explains it. Just being explorative, don't mind me. So, can I admit something? Obviously, you know, I am a gamer. Gaming is my primary vehicle of hobby. And one of the main things I do for entertainment. But, as someone who's streaming Zelda games right now, it's really frustrating to me that we still don't have a date on the Nintendo Direct. And that the Nintendo Direct has not come out yet. Because I can just picture it. I can just see it in my brain that it's going to be a re-release or a remaster or a remake of one of the Zelda games that we either have already played or are in the middle of playing. And it's like, could you not, could you give me that announcement now so I can know to hold off on that game, please? So we can just play that version of the game, please? Because you know that's going to happen. I've already called it. Everybody's already called it. That's exactly what's going to go down. It's going to and now, like, we'll be in the middle, we'll be in the middle of Majora, and it's like, hey, new remake of Ocarina on the Switch. And it's like, it's cool. Thanks. I hate it. And I know, that's only really frustrating to me as a streamer, but god damn it. Like, we don't even have an announcement date for the thing yet. So I saw the Among Us thing. If that is true, that's going to be next Tuesday. And we do have Skyward, so we do have a little bit of time. And, oh, by the way, you're probably thinking, you switched Skyward around to give yourself more time for everything else. Actually, no. Skyward was always supposed to be next after this. So, nevertheless, we do have a little bit of time. Like, they're not going to do a Skyward thing. They just re-released that on the Switch. So, Skyward's safe. Cool. And no, they're not going to release the Switch 2. And I can tell you exactly why. It's because they already said they won't. Like, they actually straight up had an announcement. The June Direct will not have a Switch 2 announcement. Which I approve of, consequently. Not the fact that we don't get an announcement, the fact that they announced that there will be no announcement. It is much better to get ahead of that kind of thing than not. Oh, I gambled wrong there. What do I want the Switch to? I want better Joy-Cons. I want them to still be the Joy-Cons, but I want them to be better. They need to have more options, more ergonomic, and they need to fix the goddamn drift problem. I want the console to have backwards compatibility with the Switch, and frankly, ideally, backwards compatibility with the 3DS. And honestly, I'm good. Like, that's my wish list. I wouldn't mind if it had better hardware overall, but I don't really care. Not really. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright. Oh yeah, and also, either no gimmick or a gimmick we can throw out the window immediately. Whichever works out there best. Oh, that was a little close. I mean, I wouldn't mind an improved bus. I also wouldn't mind better support for, I can't remember the name of the acronym, but it's the thing that enables it to capture more information in throughput from SD cards. And, of course, support for the higher quality SD cards that have come out since the Switch has come out. But none of that's what people mean when they talk about improved hardware. When people talk about improved hardware, they mean CPU and GPU, and I don't care. But actually making the games run smoother and faster, woo, that would be nice. And obviously I know graphics is the first thing everybody else cares about. I understand I am in the minority on that. Most people, when they think of remaster, they think of the same game but with improved graphics, for example. Okay, I didn't intend for that, but I'll take it. Probably Nugget. Yeah, let Microsoft and Sony handle the hardware argument. I don't care. I haven't cared in a long, long time. Don't mistake me, pretty games are pretty and that's nice, but really? No. I'll take a game that looks like this over a game that looks like Red Dead Redemption 2 10 times out of 10 if it's a better game. It's also part of the console argument in general. A lot of people argue which console is the best. For me, it's a very, very simple equation. Which one has the best library? And yeah, art design and art direction are far more important to me than fidelity. Having said that, again, I'm not good graphics, or excuse me, good hardware agnostic. I just think that most people are focusing on the wrong things. Should we be greedy? We're gonna be greedy! Greed mode! This is a horrible mistake. 100 rupees, though. Hell, I think a lot of GBA games look good now. And I mean that. Hell, I think a lot of SNES games look good now. And I mean that. We just covered one. Where's the platform? There it is. Ham. Well, it also comes down, obviously direction is an important thing, but it comes down to using what you have better, too. Someone remind me, how large is the install for Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I believe it is? The latest Blops game. $309 gigs. Yeah, that's ridiculous. We've already long since... Oh yeah, with streaming textures. We've already long since reached the point where we have reached a degree of peaking with regards to graphics design. I've actually given my professional opinion that RDR2 is where we officially peaked in terms of graphics fidelity. I stand by that, by the way. But 309 gigs is insanity. And that's kind of why I tend to push back against graphics. I have to actually remind myself that I'm not actually anti-graphics. It's more like I'm anti that. 309 gigs plus streaming is stupid. That's what overemphasis on that kind of thing will bring you. You know? What game is that? It's an FPS. It's probably a good FPS. The Blops games have usually been quite good. But I mean... Someone do me a favor, real question. How big is Doom Eternal? Because that is a very good-looking, very well-running FPS. Modern, even. I saw the fairies. I saw the fairies. I think I'll actually go get the fairies because I'm a little low. 80 gigs, thank you. So 80 gigs is certainly a big frickin' game. That's a chonker. But remember, that's Doom Eternal. Honestly, one of the best looking and smoothest running games I have ever seen in my life. And that still absolutely pales in comparison to 309 gigs plus streaming. I'm telling you, we're there. We've peaked. It's ridiculous. A little stall as it's loading. Too slow. Yeah, and A Link to the Past is about a meg. I'm still too slow. Yeah, exactly, Kira White Noise. It reminds me of an argument I've had a lot when it comes to budget, of all things, to bring everything all the way back to economics, as it always does. A lot of people have this weird perspective that the only thing you need to do to balance the budget is just to cut costs. Those people are extremely stupid. Oh, still too slow. Jesus. Because all they're doing when they're cutting costs like that is there's no thought put into it. There's no strategy, there's no tactics, there's no care or consideration. There's just axe things, lower budget. Same concept, right? Same exact concept. You want to give me pretty graphics? Sure. Please think about it rather than just doing it wantonly without thought or reason. Boss time. Here's a fun one. What do you want to bet they'll start using that as a selling point? How's your game? My game's 309 gigs. Holy crap, that must be a great game. That's right. It's the lettuce burger. Of course, in a dungeon all about height and falling, we would have Moldorm as the boss. Don't worry, he doesn't actually reset if you fall. So he's already not a bad boss, unlike in LTTP. Okay, a little close, a little close. He was going berserk. Thank you, Drakaji. I needed that. Give my heart, give me heart, give my heart. How big is Tears of the Kingdom? I don't know. What I do know is that I have the Pendant of Power. It makes you feel, well, powerful. Oh, it was fun. Go ahead and save. You should take a break. Swear to God game. 18 gigs for Tears of the Kingdom. That's honestly really impressive. Especially considering how absolutely ginormous that game is. What resolution of the Switch? 1080. Or 720, depending. But 1080 default. Okay, so, that was fun. Positives. We haven't explored over here really quick. Let's see what's over here. Because when we went here last time... Oh, right, we didn't have the hook shot, which we still don't have. Never mind. No, that's a really good first dungeon. I gave that a double positive. I liked the verticality, I liked the usage and continuation of the theme, and it was just generally fun. Other than getting stuck right at the beginning thanks to a perspective issue, which, I've been thinking about it, I might actually give an overall negative to the entire game for the perspective issue. Because 3D gimmick. And I know what you're thinking, lore, you just don't like the 3D gimmick because you're playing on an emulator. Actually, you could play this game on the 2DS, where you cannot have access to the 3D gimmick. So... I do legitimately think the depth of field thing, or not depth of field, wrong word. The, depth perception thing is a bit of an issue. It's not a huge issue, it's just an issue. There have been a few times where it's actually kind of hard to tell what is at the height of what. You probably haven't even noticed, but the angle of the camera also changes depending. Like, for example, right now we're at a fairly solid isometric thing, but in some of the dungeons and areas, you know, I'll even demonstrate really quick. It's a lot more straight top-down, see? Now, that's fine. I'm just pointing out that there are a few issues. And yeah, as Frieza points out, there's still a lot of... when it comes to that. So I do think that is an issue, and I do think it needs to be noted. But the dungeons are legit, and the boss was fun. Don't take this as a negative. Uh-oh, Ross put the knife down. Put the knife down, Ross. It's okay. We're your friends, Ross. It's okay. Can you just... It would be most effective if you would cut right below. Alright, so let's go do this other dungeon, which we can't do right now, actually. Sorry. Let's go rent another object. So I'm getting more and more saddled with rentals, which may go away soon if I die. Look, you're the one stabbing me, Ross. Don't look at me. Well, I just gave a negative to the game, Ross. So, please don't stab me. Shut up, Ravia. Nobody likes you. Yeah, having a bug net would be really nice at this point. But I don't remember how to get that. But we do have a quest we can go turn in, so let's go do that really quick. Because we do have a bottle already. Just the one. Been thinking I've really got to hide myself away until I got it sorted out. Maybe it's some secluded dungeon. Please give me a scoot fruit. Oh, hey. Here you go. Thank you so much. Here, take this as thanks. You really just keep making bad financial decisions, don't you? There's nothing left to be afraid. There's not, is there? Or is there? First, I'll need to gather up courage to even go into a dungeon. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Okay, all better. Maybe I should just stick around here. Oh, there was Frieza. I don't remember where that is, though. If it's not obvious, I don't have this world map memorized inside and out like I do LTTP, so forgive me. For, sucking. Let's go do that first, then we'll hit the town. I think there's some stuff we can do in town that we haven't. The layout is pretty similar, but the specifics are rather different, as I pointed out before. Guess we can swim now. Oh, we'll go and grab that while we're here. There it is. There's a letter. For me? I was up on the mountain doing some bouldering when I lost my grip and fell and sort of hurt myself. All in the day of a boulderer. Going climbing without equipment isn't for the faint of heart. Anyway, I'm stuck on the mountain way past the Tower of Hera, and I really could go eat from some premium milk. That'd really get me up and going again. So if you're at the milk bar, pick some up for me. Well, I should mention we are running a bit of an upscaler Spartan. It's easy to demonstrate because all I have to do is turn it off. By doing this. So, this is actually what it would look like on the 3DS. So to the milk bar, got the bottle. Now, for the record, I don't really mind these graphics. Not really. But since we're going to be watching these for several hours, and this can get grating on the eyes, that's why I run the upscaler. I know not everyone can tolerate pixelization the same way I can. We ran from the castle to fight another day. That's all. We were outnumbered. Curse whoever's behind all this evil doing at the castle. How did this happen? What do you want? Can't a guy just drink his milk in peace? Ah, sorry. Don't mean to be a grump. I'm just thinking about magnifying glasses. How I'd read maps with them. But my eyesight's going and now not even a magnifying glass helps. Sorry, little man. My pal here, he's pretty shy. He flat out refuses to talk in front of people. Hope you don't take it the wrong way, but would you mind leaving him be? Much obliged. How about a song to go with your milk? I don't have a lot of money. Yeah, I agree. As with the graphics discussion we were just having, I think pixelization matters with how it's used and how it's done. Another word choice here would be art direction, which we talk about a lot on this show. Because holy crap. Welcome, care for an ice cold glass of... Whoa! You heard about premium milk. How'd you find out about... Oh, a message in the bottle. And from someone stranded on the mountain. Could only be one guy. He's a tricky customer. Sorry to ask, could you take this premium milk to him? Yeah, sure. He's a regular. He loves exploring the mountain. Last time he was here, I think he said his next expedition would take him east to Tower of Hera, which requires the hook shot. Can't afford to lose his business. Get that to him, okay? I'm really counting on you, friend. So we probably should get the bug now while we're here. And hurry, it'll spoil in 3 minutes. Oh yeah, we need to get an LCD. Does this game, does it even support shaders? Oh no, it does. It does. Let's see, what do we got here? What do we got? How horrible can we make this look? Yeah, it's not really all that different. What else we got? Oh, I like that, actually. Let's try this. I think I like that better. We'll stick with that. Okay. It's actually, like, immediately easier on my eyes, too. So I'll take that. The easiest way to notice the change is looking at the grass. I'll stand still so you can really tell. But now the grass is pixelated instead of blurred. And that pretty much immediately makes that, you know, easier on my eyes. So that's why I stuck with it. It's obvious everywhere, but the grass is the really apparent thing. Because you can actually see the Tetris-y nature of it now. I did not try Hexia. That sucks. Buzz buzz, as they say. Remember me? I've been catching bees since way back in the day. I guess I've changed a bit. Takes a bee to see a bee. So I've become a different person. Everybody calls me the bee guy. So just between us, I wonder if you'll do me a favor. I want you to catch bees for me. You can keep them nice and safe in bottles. If we don't have a net, because you're helping me out, I'll give you one of mine. You got the net. Spending my day surrounded by a buzzy swarm of bees has always been my fondest dream. So you like welts, huh? So use that net to gather up some bees, if you please. Of course, I'll reward you for being so helpful. They call me Dr. Bees. Alright, let's do it. Let's gamble. I can feel it. I'm feeling it. Welcome to Fortune's Choice. Here's the simple. I'll reveal 2 treasure chests. You open one. 50 rupees if you win, or 50 rupees to try. If you win, you'll win 100. Alright, left to right. I'm not going to save state. No cheaters here. You got 1 rupee. So, let me tell you a brief story. I've actually told this story before. You know my loot luck and my dice luck is legendarily bad, right? Well, once upon a time, I was in Vegas, and my aunt gave me 20 bucks. And she said, you're using this for gambling. You're not just going to take this money and pocket it and say thank you. You're going to go gamble with it. Because what I usually did was I'd take the money that my family members would give me for gambling, and I would just pocket it. So I'm like, all right. Okay. So we went over to a slot machine, and I put in the 20, and I forget how many pulls of the slot machine I got. It was like 3 or 4. And lost all 20, didn't get a single penny back. Took me maybe a minute total to lose 20 bucks. Fun fact, that's actually the last time I've gambled in my life in such a fashion. I'm not a big fan of gambling, and like I said, my luck is not great. I also don't find it enjoyable, which is kind of the other part of things, because some people like the flashing lights and everything's like, oh my god, it's so pretty. I am not one of those people. I have video games, thanks. I believe you, Ross. I was actually about to do something specific. Ah, right. That's what I was going to do. Oh, trust me. So my family has lived and worked around Vegas for a very long time. I am very accustomed to Vegas casinos. I could talk for a long time about Vegas casinos. They pull a lot of tricks. But, I won't bore you with that. What I am instead going to talk about is the one and only bit of gambling I used to enjoy back in the day. Can you guess what it is? I can't even explain why. I do like playing poker a lot, but I don't like playing poker for real money. Oh, they did, Blade Jamal. That's not even hyperbole. That's not even metaphorical. They have taught. Yeah, anyways. So let's go with... Although I do want to check something. No, Spartan. I'll bet you 20 bucks. No, it's... Oh, God, I don't remember what the frickin' name of it is. I bet you if I pull up, like, a lottery thing right now. Hang on a second. I can't even think of the name of the gambling thing. Is it Keno? Is that it? It is Keno. Keno. Most of you are probably like, what's that? Don't worry about it. But what we do is... So, obviously, my mother would go gambling, and I'd go hit the arcades or the kids' area. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, a kid by themselves in a casino. No. No, trust me. Of all the weird things about Vegas casinos, they are extremely family-friendly. It's probably one of the safest places I've ever been as a kid. They have a very vested interest in making sure that kids are safe in there. So, I would go, and I'd go off and do my thing, and afterwards, in between... you know, my mom would come back, and we'd go to the buffet, because Vegas buffets are amazing. Even Reno buffets are still pretty awesome. And we'd go and we'd sit, and we'd eat, and while we were sitting, we'd play Keno. And my mother would let me actually pick the numbers and see if we'd actually win. And I'd check the numbers. It was just a little side thing. Just something to do, because she wasn't much for conversation, and I had nothing else to do. And that's pretty much the only form of gambling that I've ever actually enjoyed in my life. I was playing like $2 worth of Keno cards. Forgot I was actually going in here. Yep, there it is. Shut up, Ravia. Hookshot, please. I really feel hesitant renting this many things before buying anything, but whatever. We're gonna lose over half our kit right now if we die. Now, we do actually have, a fairy on us. But still, we're gonna... I'm getting more and more scared the more rentals we have on us. Well, the way you permabuy is you get further in the game and then you spend a lot more money on it. But the other benefit of permabuying, in addition to obviously just having the item, is you gain access to upgrading items. And trust me, you want upgraded items. Whoa, that was half my health in one hit. Huh. Okay. So, Lionels, am I right? A little more dangerous here than an LTTP. Hold on. Before we go through this little dungeon thing, Yeah, you have to buy your kit in this game. Again, I'm not sure how that's going to review out yet. We're gonna have to think about that a bit. How's all this going to work? Use the hook shot. Yep. Yeah, this isn't like Dragon Quest, where each purchase is a huge increase in your overall output. One of the things I did like about the Dragon Quest series is when you buy an upgrade in Dragon Quest, it's an upgrade. A fairly large and substantial increase in your overall output. I suppose I should get the rupees while I'm here. I do need rupees, and I need lots of them. Wait until our magic meter refills. That's not too bad, I think. I haven't noticed a lot of needing to stand around for any substantial period of time yet. We're going to keep an eye on that. My favorite Dragon Quest game? Probably 11. Almost by default. 11's just too good. Past that, it usually bounces back and forth between 8 and 5, but then again, I have reviewed none of them. So, we'll see. Seven. I can't tell if you're joking or not, Ross. Come on. 1 is a surprisingly good game. And I sort of mean that as an insult. Only sort of. Like, you'd think Dragon Quest 1 would be total crap. And honestly, I think it would be a legitimately good game if not for the sudden grind wall literally in the last dungeon. Because Dragon Quest 1 is kind of solid. You understand the loop, the mechanics, the kit, the enemies, the dungeon approach. Like, everything about the game is surprisingly well tutorialized and is an RPG. And I don't mean that as a bad way. It's what I call simple but solid. And until you get to the last dungeon, there's no real padding. There's no real grind walls. Like, you can cross the entire overworld map in like 2 minutes. And that's counting encounters. It is short but sweet, except for fumbling at the outro. Thereby starting a tradition of games fumbling at the outro for years to come. Semi-recently, I've talked about this before, semi-recently I was doing a thing, I don't know what to call this, with a friend of mine, where we were just covering various bits of RPG history. And what I would usually do is I would have them actually sit down. There he is. I would have them sit down and actually play the game in question rather than just playing it and making them watch, right? And I bring that up because the one game that stuck with them that they actually wanted to sit down and finish later, after our brief overview, was Dragon Quest 1. Now, in fairness, I should mention they also got halfway through the game in our brief playthrough, because again, it's a short game. But that's to its benefit. And that works for it, you know? If Dragon Quest 1 was longer, artificially or otherwise, I don't think it would work nearly as well. And, going back to what we were talking about, so Dragon Quest pretty much started the concept of what I call staircase leveling design. It's when every single increase in power is big and noticeable. You gain one level, and you're just noticeably stronger immediately. Same thing with buying... I deserve this. Buying a new piece of equipment, or, like gaining a new talent point. Oh my god! Or whatever. This is dangerous. Come on. Oh, jeez. Okay. I don't know where the frickin' thing is. And we're dead. It's okay. We've got the ferry. God damn, that took a long time. Come on, come on, come on. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Go. Oh, okay. I'm going to sit here a minute. We now have no more fairies. Nope. Nope. Yeah, no kidding, Frieza. Good lord. I'm not risking losing all these rentals. We've got like a couple hundred rupees tied up in rentals right now. We have a fairly large debt at the moment, and I am not eager to lose that. Whoa, no! I wasn't on it! I wasn't on it! You lying sack of crap! I wasn't on the damn thing! Nope. Okay. So the bad news is I'm going the wrong way. This is just a heart piece, which is not something I actually want to be going after right now. The really bad news is I'm too far in here to really just turn around at this point. Nope. Nope. Ah. Okay. Let's check something really quick. Damn, we're at 1. If we were at 3, this would be worth pushing for. Oh my god. Well, let's gamble! We just talked about how terrible gambling is and how bad of an idea it is. Let's do it. Nope. Bullcrap. I call all kinds of bullcrap on that. Give me that. At least get a heal from that? Oh, thank God I got a heal from that. This is the reason I decided to push for that. Because I was pretty sure even getting a heart piece would heal me. I can't remember when they started doing that. I think that was Ocarina. But we'll take it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I have to get out of here. Can you hear me in here, Irene? Nope. Yeah, we now have to walk out. God, that freaking Lionel. That really, they really want you to appreciate that, you know? They want you to be like, yeah, no, this is your fate now. Yeah, ironically, I just tossed my scoot fruit at that asshole, so... I'm sort of stuck here now. So we're not going to be fancy. We're going to go back the intended way. We're going to avoid that Lionel like the plague. Because he can two-shot us right now. Yeah, if this was Zelda 2, oh my god. I don't like anything about what's happening here. You know the really good part? So this game has a save system, which means if we actually die here, we just straight up lose progress. I think. We'll check that when we die, because that's what's happening. There's too many routes in here. It's like 3 separate routes we can go. I just want to go rescue the asshole. We got lost mining. I think this is the right way. I am correct. How embarrassing. I was bouldering along just fine when I slipped and fell. Twisted my ankle, and now I'm stuck. Hey! Wait, is that what I think it is? Milk! Ice cold beer, milk. Not just any milk, but some premium milk. Give it! You're welcome. I literally nearly died bringing... Technically, I did die bringing this to you. Ah, hit this spot. Best milk in the kingdom, right? Oh, wait. Oops, did I drink the whole thing? Sorry, friend. And after you came all this way, how about you do me another favor? Take this garbage away. Don't want to leave trash on the mountain, right? Oh, my ankle's all spiffed up now that I had some premium milk. Still, going to take it slow before I head back down. Thanks again. You're a boulderer's best bud. You're welcome. Alright, we're not messing around at all, I think, at this point. I mean, getting a second bottle is honestly probably worth it, so I'll take that. You haven't paused in a while. Would you like to pause? No, I'm good. Thanks, game. Are you sure? You shouldn't play this game too often. Yeah, I'm good, game. Thanks. You should stop playing. Shut up, game! God damn. There. We now have 2 fairies in the bottles. And we're fully healed. I feel much better. I'm not sure if that is a negative, but I gotta be honest, it is a little frustrating. Because it happens every time you go to save, which is a fairly common interaction. Like, say, this. So I go to save, and it's like, ah, cool, I have now saved the game. Also, you should stop playing this game. Stop playing the game. Stop playing the game, Giga, stop! Stop! No, Giga, why? Okay, okay. That is why we call it seconds and minutes, Ross. Oh god, the battery is low warning was so much worse. I'm trying to think of other games that do that aggressively, like to the point of being irritating. Because I have played a few games where it's like, hey, you should stop playing, and it's like... Yeah, I was actually just thinking about Earthbound. I don't remember if we gave Earthbound that negative or not. Well, I'm sorry, Giga, but there is no hope for you. I know what you're about to say. You're about to say, Laura, what do you think about the gameplay trailer? To which I could say, I haven't watched it yet. I have not had time. Yeah, it's your dad calling, just to let you know. I think I might... No, I don't know if I'll give this game a negative, but I think... There's two things that lead me towards thinking I might. One is the frequency of it. It's like half an hour in between, you know, hey, you should take a break, and it's like, thanks, game. The other thing that makes me think that direction is it's whenever you save, right? Which is just extraordinarily frustrating. Because you want to save all the time. I don't know if you've been noticing, Ross, this game has a lot less negatives than LTTP so far, so I don't want to hear it. Alright, You've already been watching me fast forward through it. Like, what you're seeing me is seeing me fast forwarding through it. Scooch over here. One thing I do very much appreciate about these levels, they remind me a lot of Dark World levels from LTTP. Anti-fairies, especially in the sense that they are very, very dense, is the word I want to use there. Lots to do in a very small space, and that's awesome. I like that. One thing I don't like about the Tornado Rod, it's a really, really overpowered item, but also takes up half your friggin' mana per use. You're probably thinking, how's it overpowered? It's a stun. It's an AoE stun. No, Spartan. To answer your question. Yeah, again, I'm keeping an eye on that mono regen speed, because I'm kind of curious how that's going to line up. Speaking of someone who's 100% of this game, yeah, I don't remember if there's a mono upgrade either. I feel like there is. Maybe there's like a make items cheaper thing. I don't know, it's been a while. It's been about 10 years, actually. Because, yeah, I played this game as it came out. Used that information for the room. And that's about it. That's the last time I played it. That's true. A lot of parents are anti-video game. Pro-helicopter, and most importantly of all, pro not doing their jobs. Which is, if my tone does not indicate it clearly enough, not something I'm a fan of. Exactly, Ross. I would legitimately replay this game, probably after this point in time, if this was on the Switch, if I could play this with the Joy-Cons, on my TV or otherwise. Yeah, exactly, Tracy. Dick. It's funny, of all the wish list things I have for the Switch 2, that's the one that is the least likely to happen by a huge margin. There's no way they're going to put 3DS compatibility on it. Completely unrealistic. I still want it. The version I use is 2038, by the way, Spartan. Which I only mention because I can vouch for it. It's also one of the last versions that they ever released. For what act? I'm sorry. You know, it's funny you brought up Dragon Quest earlier. The music in this game reminds me a lot of Dragon Quest music. Even though it's primarily remixes of LTTP and Ocarina. Maybe it's just the attempt at the orchestral thing, I don't know. Oh, that's actually a good question, Ect. I'm pretty sure there are archives which, you know, still contain copies of Citra, since Citra itself has been shut down. Oh, Jesus. We'll see, Trihexia. Marathon is an old and terrible game. But more to the point, I don't know how well it will run on a modern system. We'll see. I legitimately don't know. I've never gone back to that game. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I mean, the Switch 2 will probably have Switch 1 backwards compatibility. Knock on wood. Even that's not a guarantee, though. We'll see. You know, I just realized this is basically the same general map from Minish Cap. The one down below, the one you guys can barely see. It's good. It's a solid map. I like it. And yeah, Nintendo really does love erasing history. Speaking as a fellow history eraser, I completely understand and approve, obviously. Wait, no, the opposite of that. Game. Okay, sure. Thanks, game. Yeah, sorry, ISC. My bad. 2008 kind of sucked anyways, so... I mean, does anyone really want to remember that? Depends on how the Switch 2 uses the Switch Online service. If the Switch 2 uses pretty much the same service, then it'll be quite a while from now. If they decide to roll out some complete new service, like, say, Sony likes to do, then I'd give it maybe 3 years. Yeah. Guess we're not done inside, so we can go do that. Thought we were done inside. No, I'm right. Getting those rupees coming. I'm gonna need them when I die in a minute here. Lose all my rentals. I wonder if I can just do this. I can. Phew. Rats! Delicious, delicious rats. See, even the rats give me hearts. They are that good for me. Okay, now we've swept the bottom floor. Didn't get anything I wanted. We got a bunch of stuff I didn't. Drops also respawn, which is nice too, Ross. Stupid keys. Oh my god, it's always keys. Never eaten rat meat. I'm not sure anybody's ever eaten rat meat. And someone in the chat's like, I've eaten rat meat. Why did you eat rat meat? Explain yourself. Yeah, apparently those rat burgers are really good. Who knew? A new Zelda, I would say, is unlikely, Ross. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I would not bet on it. Yeah, I ate the breakfast of champions part. It just goes over here. No, you're fine. You got a joke about it. I mean, obviously from a psychological perspective you have to joke about it, but there's another little anecdote on top of that, because, see, I'm a streamer, which means I have a little bit more of a requirement to not look like I'm trying to make myself out to be sympathetic in order to gain sympathy money. Because some streamers do that. In fact, a lot of streamers do that. Oh, poor is me. Woe is me. I'm so much the victim. So, I gotta knuckle down, Buttercup. I'm not sure what to do here. I have sort of run into a wall for the second time, and I'm sure it's something really, really dumb. It's always something dumb. Like I said, it's always something dumb. It's been true for years. Ironically, that was almost a bit of a perspective issue, too. I'll explain why in a moment. That's another thing. Viewer shaming. That's another common technique among streamers. You guys suck. Only people like you would watch me. You might think, how the hell does that work? Well, it stirs up noise. Gets people upset at them. Gets people angrily responding to them, saying, you're wrong about me. Like, imagine for a moment if right now I legitimately said, you know, there's never been a good Zelda game. And I'm just not afraid to say that. I'm the one reviewer who's honest, who's willing to say that there's never been a good Zelda game. Imagine if I said that and I meant it. That's the kind of technique they use, because people will absolutely leap on that. They will leap on that to disagree. They will leap on that to agree so that they look cool. There will be people who will fall into pits, you know, to kind of go along with that. I was hoping for some health. There will be people who will start arguing with each other. And it works. It works brilliantly. It's an old method. YouTube and Twitch and TikTok and whatever else. Doesn't matter the platform. Twitter. It's usually... I was actually asked recently, how do you identify trolls? There's a lot of signs, but one of the most obvious and overt signs you can ever find is if you can tear apart their argument, like, with just a surface glance at it, they're probably trolling. They probably don't actually mean what they're saying, and they're probably just trying to lay out some bait. I'll use a direct example, because this was someone who was attempting to troll me recently. And I know, I'm sorry about talking about idiots, but I'm using this as an example. This is a learning experience. Someone recently said that there was no reason to watch a grown man play video games while wearing gloves. That's bait. That's a troll. And again, even a surface glance, a surface analysis will quickly determine just how stupid of a statement that is and how invalid it is, even as a statement. There's no logic to that, because it implies a bunch of things very, very quickly, all of which are insulting. Yeah, why is the focus on the gloves? Would it be okay if I was a kid wearing gloves playing video games? Or if I was a kid playing video games? Or would it be okay if I was an adult without gloves? But none of those things make any degree of sense. There's no logic or connection between any of that. It's just a troll. And so you ignore them. Or you use them as an example of what a troll is. Don't feed the trolls. Yeah, it's another thing. You can also tell the thumbnails, the gloves are there in the thumbnail because I talk with my hands. I do that in real life. That's a pretty common thing. So, you can immediately glance at me and be like, aha! I'll give you another example. Also a real-life personal example. Anything to do with me being bald. Again, What does me having hair or not have anything to do with anything? It doesn't change anything about my opinion, my perspectives, my validity, my show, my charisma, my entertainment value, my intellectual value, nothing. It has nothing to do with anything. And you can tell it at a glance. The moment you look at 1 second, or even just a thumbnail of any of my stuff, you could see. So, no effort, and no validity. That's a troll. That's bait. Ooh there, ooh there. And thank you, Cat. I appreciate it. Yeah, speaking of which, make sure you buy these gloves from Raycon. Whatever. I don't know. Gloves.com? I don't know. Raycon gloves lets you feel the vibration of your music in your fingers. I'm not gonna lie, I do think fingerless gloves are cool, and that is the main reason I wear these. Right? Wrong. The main reason I wear these is because I need to have my fingers. Ah, hey, Walker, are you still there? Have you ever tried playing a video game with full gloves? That's not gonna do anything. That's not gonna work out at all. I need to actually have the ability to tactilely interact with stuff. And obviously that applies to video games, but no, that applies to a lot of things. Like even just something as basic as paperwork, or typing on your computer, or whatever, right? So, Brigwin's on, Walker, I'm just saying. Just pointing it out. Thankfully, I don't actually have carpal tunnel, as I've said many times. I wear these because I think they're cool, and I stand by that. I have absolutely no shame in that. However, it is interesting to note that this is probably also helping with any potential carpal tunnel issues, because I'd really rather not get carpal tunnel. I kind of need to be able to use my hands and fingers on a regular basis. It's also why I stretch my hands, fingers, elbow, thumbs, etc. fairly regularly. Ah! Agreed. We need to have more turbo functionality in games. Now, this is a really good dungeon. Loops in and out of itself, very short loops, too. Like, it took me only a few seconds. The only time I got stuck was because I couldn't tell that a ledge was walk-offable, which is the same issue I've already complained about. In fact, it's already come up twice now. Penalty for failure isn't particularly harsh. And it's very... I don't know, it's clever. I like clever Zelda dungeons. They posit... You know, obviously, we've got this wind thing, and it can blow stuff away, and it can raise you. But it also functions as a pause. Like, the puzzle I literally just solved. We've got moving platforms, and I need to move across it, but there's no jump button, so what I do is I just pause my coordinate for a second, which is what this lets me do. And then while I'm paused there, the platforms move under me. I like cleverness. Don't think voting should be mandatory. I sure hope not. And then we've got this boss fight, which is an eyeball. Why is it always eyeballs? I'll take teeth over eyeballs. Also, this guy has teeth, if you're paying attention. See, that's just an Elden Ring boss at that point, I see. Do you notice how using his weakness item actually drags him to you? It's a little bit of homing that I appreciate because it mitigates some of the having to aim part of the equation in an awkward and 3D environment. Something we've talked about a lot recently, looking at you, Spirit Tracks, is a bad gimmick or a bad control thing can be made... Sorry, a neutral game mechanic or neutral camera or imprecise controls or whatever can be made worse if you design your encounters and your levels, your bosses around not that. But if you design your encounters keeping in mind the limitations of your hardware, your systems, and your gimmicks, then it tends to be a lot easier to swallow. In this case, you don't have to be 100% accurate because it'll help you home in a little bit. I mean, this is straight up the LTTP attack speed, and I'm with it. So, like, for example, and just yanks him to me and stuns him at the same time. 3 iterations, we're done. Good boss fight. And yes, a lot of these bosses have alternate strategies, which I'm not showing off because normal playthrough. Eyeball teeth. That's Elden Ring again! Elden Ring also has hands. And you might think, oh, that's simple. No. No. Anyways, that was fun. Very good dungeon. Good boss. Oh, what is this? House of Gales? House of Gales. I don't think it's a triple, but I do think it's a double. And I definitely enjoyed that boss. Whose name was... Eyeball Dude. Hang on, I'm looking it up. Usually I have a walkthrough up just to figure out the names of some of these things. Whoops, that's the wrong dungeon. We want House Gales. Here we go. Yep, his name is Yakuza. Wait, what? Margot Mill is apparently his name. Okay. You got the Pendant of Wisdom. Now to get the Sword of Evil's Bane. Hear me, Lord. You have done well, my young hero. You have acquired the Pendant of Wisdom and the Pendant of Power. Now that you have all 3 pendants of virtue, you have proven yourself worthy of the Master Sword. You will find the blade deep within the Lost Woods. Go now, claim what is rightfully yours. Nice weather today, so I swam her with the Queen. But she swims so fast, I got left behind. I'm hurt, to be honest. The Queen left me behind. I feel abandoned. Ah! Good save. And yeah, it's actually funny. Do you know the reason I remember the name Baronade? years and years and years later. I mean, it's a fun boss fight, but that's not why I remember the name Baronade. It's because the name pops up when the boss shows up. I'm not sure why they stopped doing that. That was actually a cool feature. Ocarina will get a positive for that when we get there, because ignoring the obvious fact, the memorable nature of it, it's a storytelling tool. They can, like, and I don't want to spoil too much, but it's totally a storytelling tool. You know what I mean, if you've played Ocarina. Twilight does that too, I think, now that I'm saying it out loud. I guess we'll just go over here. Well, hang on. Do I have... Am I good on stuff? I am good on stuff. Okay, cool. That's strange. Where's Irene? Hold on a second. Where's Irene? Irene! Oh heavens, my dear grandchild, Irene was snatched! Happened so fast, some awful man came through very full of himself and transformed her into a painting. I was flummoxed. I just stood there helpless. Oh, my dear granddaughter's gone. And she'd just been saying how she'd made a new friend of late. I know, this isn't the time to be mixing potions like nothing's wrong, but I can't calm down if I'm not keeping busy. Well, here, I'm just gonna clean your house up a little bit, okay? Just for you. The bioelectric anemone. You can see it's a pun, because... Anyways, we do have enough guts to get one of these. I think it's this one. Nah, we'll hold on to it for now. Well, I guess we lost Irene. Oh well. As long as her broom keeps doing my bidding, I don't care about her. Speaking of players and morality, how many of you are following what's happening in Helldivers 2 right now? That's a good question, Joshua. Oh, excuse me, yawn attack. I'm not sure. No. Well after the PSN thing. Like, everyone's already forgotten the PSN thing. Nobody cares about Sony. Sony is good. The Sony is good. Oh, you're here already. It's fate that we have this little chat, but you're a whole 2 seconds early, Laura. I can see the future in my crystal ball, and I have seen that there's a gift in your near future. Very near, as in now! The hint glasses. Those are the hint glasses. Don't be fooled by the slightly silly appearance. Those glasses allow the wearer to behold things amazing and strange. For if you're in a place where you feel hopeless and stuck, look at the world through those glasses. You may catch a glimpse of a hint ghost. Such ghosts give you tips and tricks from the great beyond. They can put you on the right path. So when in doubt, look to the glasses. Would you like to see the power in action? There's a cave near my shop. Put on the glasses in there. Oh, it's actually fairly basic. So, a while ago... okay, for those of you not fully familiar with it, in the game, the devs do, like, events, which allow you to pick stuff. And there was an event a bit ago, which allowed you to pick between, like, it's go do this mission and gain access to these rocket launchers, or go do this mission and gain access to anti-tank mines. And everybody was like, we'll go do this mission. But then they really, really wanted those anti-tank mines. So one of the most recent missions is, okay. So you can have those anti-tank mines, or you can save the innocent orphans. Which one do you think is going to win that? I'm one of the weirdos who I go for the orphans. You kidding me? Hey, there's a hint ghost. Your system will give you 100 play coins for every 100 steps you take. You get 10 play coins a day, and it can hold a maximum of 300. You probably won't ever need to do that, right? Would you like to offer one play coin? Sure. What does my book say about the large boulder here? Here's the tip. To move it, you need the Titan's Mitt. The hint ghost goes back to its book. And this is how this item works. So... this is an interesting thing to review. Nothing at all, Art. There's bugs and there's Terminator bots. Yeah, so play coins, right? You get play coins for walking around with your 3DS in your pocket. Quite literally. It's part of their street pass, step pass kind of a thing. So obviously, we can't really interact with that mechanism. Oh, excuse me. It also is something that pretty much by definition means not playing the game. So this is kind of a weird asterisky situation here. Especially if this game was, random example, ported to or playable on the Switch, at which point you couldn't get any of those coins. And you have to use those coins to interact with the hint ghosts. And so this is strange. This is... no, I can just use the emulator to be like, bam, there's quad 9 coins. But for the purposes of the review, this is a weird one. I could see this being arguable to be a positive and a negative, just a positive or just a negative. So I'm curious of everyone's thoughts on this one. Yeah, I personally, I think the addition of the coins is irritating, but a lot of 3DS games use the Street Pass coins, like basically all of them, because they were really pushing that angle. However, that's not really a mitigator, that's just a statement of fact. It's the same goddamn reason so many DS games overuse the stylus, or Wii games overuse the waggle. It's just the latest gimmick being pushed onto all the games. And that is irritating, as it always is. The hint glasses themselves are cool. Being able to just pop up a thing and say, hey, I'm a little stuck here, help, is actually a neat feature. When I was playing this, of course, on my 3DS had several thousand play coins on it. So, cool. But just the fact, as I've said so many times, the fact that I didn't have an issue with it doesn't mean there isn't an issue with it, right? Oh god, Dragon Quest IX. Don't even get me started on that. If and when we ever review Dragon Quest IX, we will have to have a long debate about how many negatives that whole system gets in Dragon Quest IX. And yeah, that's another thing. On the off chance that you haven't been getting play coins, and you're stuck at a part, and you need a hint, what you do is you fold the game, and physically go walk around for a bit, not playing the game, in order to get the coin necessary to give the ghost, and then get the hint. So, I think that perspective alone justifies that negative. It is still going to get the positive. The hint ghosts are a great idea. But, what? The rest is just game design, Blade of all. We just went to the fortune teller. The fortune teller just gave us the hint glasses. It's a shame because, like, objectively speaking, the hint glasses are better than than just going to the fortune teller. And you know why? Because you can pop on the hint glasses at will. You can just be like, oh, I'm stuck here. And if there's a hint ghost there, then there's a hint ghost there. The fortune teller is like, yeah, go over here and talk to me. And as we talked about in LTTP, it wasn't actually all that useful, really. It was more like a mitigation of a negative than than a presence of a positive. But the hint ghosts, those are cool. Okay. So let's double check, but I'm like 90% certain he's going to be unhelpful here. Let's find out. Oh, no, he does actually tell us her fortune. Okay, tell me my fortune. So apparently we get the fortune teller and the hint glasses. That sucks. That means I'm going to have to look up all the fortunes he can give us. Which may or may not be information that exists. I mean, that would make sense, just Prob. That's kind of how they used it back in the previous game. So let's go Google for a bit. Let's see if we can dig this up. Well, no, I disagree with that completely, Blairteval. It's a totally separate mechanic that the fortune teller themselves have nothing to do with. Like, you're right, the fortune teller is probably going to be a wash, but the coin system? Apparently there are only 2 fortune tellers in this one. That's strange. There's a fortune teller in Breath of the Wild? Oh, right, yeah, no, yeah. There wasn't a gameplay fortune teller in Breath of the Wild. I was gonna say, I apparently missed something completely. No. Yeah, it looks like these are mostly main quest stuff. Decent, but otherwise, eh. Pretty much the same thing it was in LTTP. So, yeah, we'll call the actual fortune teller a wash. The glass is a positive, and the glass is a negative. So listen, I gotta give as many negatives as possible. Okay, this game is getting too close to LTTP. You can't beat it. You just can't. Because, you know, this is apparently a sports game, and I'm rooting for a team. Actually, I am aware of that act. That obviously affects me since, you know, I use Adobe Premiere. Hello? Welcome to the Lost Woods. Jesus, dude. These woods will trick you into going back the way you came. All hope is not lost. If you can follow me, you can walk a little deeper into the woods. Watch carefully. Oh god, my eyes are not ready for this. I do like being able to animation cancel in a modern game. Usually you only see that in older games. Now we're going to mislead you. 2 of us will bounce around. Don't follow the 2 of us or you'll wind up back at the start. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I think I need to go down. Maybe? Nope. Oh no, never mind, that was correct. 3 of us will bounce around. Don't follow us. Jeez, okay. I'm gonna fail at this one. Okay, that's clever. And I think I go up. Nope, I was wrong. We might be here in a minute. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, it is random each time. I remember that too, Frieza. In fact, I kind of want to look up where the third bottle is and get it pronto, so I can just have another bottle ready to go for that. I won't be as worried about fairies once I start actually buying my items, too. So it's another midterm goal there. Okay, I lost the other one, but it's not up. No, Rusp, put it down. Put down the knife, Ross. It's okay. Okay, it's down. I can't read this text. It's strange. Sorry, Fi. Gotta wake you up. I know it said you'd sleep forever, but... this knife walk needs doing. Here, Milo. The sword you hold in your hand is the one and only Master Sword. Now that you possess that blade, you can break the barrier of the castle. So make haste, we don't have much time left. Okay, peace. What's doubly funny is the Master Sword is not in the games after this. So this really is, as of the moment, the last time she wakes up. Also, musical change. Correct, Vandalia. In fact, to my knowledge, we've already seen the end of the Master Sword in every game. In all the three timelines, because there's here in the defeated timeline, there's Wind Waker in the dead timeline, and then there's Twilight Princess in the other timeline. That's going by the official rules, but even still, that's kind of the end of the Master Sword in each of those games. And as we all know, Breath of the Wild is on its own. Breath stands alone. Alright, I'm gonna look up something super quick. Just super quick here. Holy crap. We can actually get 41 of the Mai-Mais right now. Jesus. We can also get 14 pieces of heart right now. We are not 100%ing. I'd need a guide. It would take too long. The only reason I mostly 100% an LTTP is because I could blaze through it in 2 sessions. By memory. missing a bottle, though, and I do want that bottle. Oh, I think I know where that is. My eyes actually don't unlock anything at the moment, but they'll be quite useful once we can buy, which we might actually be able to do right now. Welcome, Mr. Hero. I have big news. You know me as the rental guy, but now I'm in the sales business, too. Great, right? I'm going to stab you. Starting to tell you can buy my items at really good prices. If you act now, your first purchase is half price. Only once per customer, though. Okay, so 400 for the hook shot. 400 for that. Is it just 400 across the board? I felt like some of them were more expensive. Maybe I'm misremembering. Oh yeah, someone else rented the sand rod. Okay, it's just 400 across the room. So, what do we want to buy first? Speaking of which, fast travel positive. It's actually a little bit better. Oh, I already wrote down the fast travel positive. Yeah, bow is just a little bit too mandatory, I think. And I was also leaning towards getting the bombs. Bow, bombs, and hammer are probably the minimum. Let's do bow first. So that's one item now, which we will never lose. Hey, you can die all you want. Just kidding. You know that we're rooting for you. So, let's look at bombs. 800 rupees. I admittedly don't remember all the level 2 powers, to be quite honest with you. We're going to buy everything eventually, obviously. Yeah, it's 800 for the next one. So we're already out of money. We can't get an upgrade right now. I've got big news for you. Top secret, the thing only Ravia knows. Want to hear it? Don't know why I'm asking. Just gonna keep talking anyway. It's a little something I like to call quick equipped. You know, for swapping out items on the fly. First your equipped item to use the quick equip. Easy enough to use even when you're running around. Of course, you can always take out your sweet time and think about each and every item we want to use. In that case, it's better just use the items button. Thanks for this info that, you know, I could have used a while ago. So it allows you to do this thing. I'm not going to do this because this pretty much requires using the touch stylus, and, well, that's exactly as frustrating as it sounds. So, we're not going to do that. So let's see what we can get as an upgrade for the bomb or the bow. I legitimately don't remember what they are. I'm not theming. Let's see if it even tells us, for that matter. Are you gonna tell me what it does? Nope. At some point, you can tell me what the upgraded bow does. It's more powerful. Okay. Triple shot is nice. I actually think that's it. It's triple shot. Although I'm almost positive upgrades also reduce their mana cost. Don't quote me on that. Okay. Well, Yep, 5 shots now. Yeah, why would you use the bow at melee range? That's crazy talk. I don't know about you, whenever I choose someone, I immediately stab them with the bow, then put it into the bow. Or stab them with the arrow, put it into the bow, and then shoot them with it. It's my preferred method, really. Yeah, that's what I thought. We need the upgraded mitt to be able to get that one. Let's go ahead and put a pin in that. Because we do know there's one, like, right there. The Volcanello. There's a Dark World in this game, Kitten Fan? That's hilarious, Pyro. Damn it, I think I need the dash for that. So I need the Pegasus boots, and I need the Titan's bed. Let's just move on. No doubt that's the very blade of evil's bane. You have found the Master's sword. Well done, Law. Now there's no time to waste. Strike down this nefarious barrier. Yeah, give me a second, perhaps. It's incredible how easily it cuts through such dark magic. Come now, to action! You must find Princess Zelda at once. But it seems wise to save first. Other than 5th edition, not that I'm aware of, Dakota. And 5th edition did it by stat squishing. Listen, you're about to die horribly, right? So maybe you should save first. Just as a random thought. I know you suck at this game, Law, so... Why, my old grandmother, bless her soul, was better at this game than you are. Oh hey, the music's changed. Nobody wants the boots, don't be silly. Although, real talk, I'm curious how long it's going to be before the game directs me towards the boots, because obviously it has not yet. See you around, Yura. Yeah, that's just antithetical to me. Boots being optional in a Zelda game? I don't know, man. Oh, you mean the binary nature of it? Then no. It's always binary. That sounds like more playing with the player's expectations, Kitten Fan. I will freely admit, I automatically assumed that the way to get to the thief was to have the boots already. Same way you did back in LTTP. Could you not, please? Thank you. Oh, there's our low health beat elite. Not bad. Like most modern Nintendo games, they finally figured out that that sucks. And yes, it does, Takoto. I love how statues are dropping monster guts. Don't think about that too much. Because that'd be kind of a Bayonetta thing, then. Get some refill here. Your rampage through my kingdom must stop, Yuga. How many more of my people do you intend to take? My little acquisition tour of Hyrule's nearly over, Princess. It really was quite a spree. A sage here, a sage there, and now you're Impa too. I've already got all 7 sages. What do you plan to do with them? Never you mind, for I have one more painting to make, so please, rid your mind of all concern. I don't want your portrait to feature any unsightly worry lines. I wish to preserve you at your very best. I dare say you're a match even for Her Grace, second reference to that character. Confess it, Malchi. You plan to use our 7 sages to revive Ganon, don't you? Ah, what golden hair you have. Such bright locks are usually far too sunny for my tastes. But for you, I'll make an exception. You're not even listening to me. I find your protests inelegant, not to mention irrelevant. I wish only to possess your beauty, Princess Zelda of Hyrule, not all those ugly words of yours. Oh, you're going to make for a spectacular painting, my dear. Ah. Ah, my lovely masterpiece. How utterly scrumptious. Dare I say it's my best work ever. What's that? You! Didn't I splash you on some wall somewhere? How did you get out? How impudent. Emerging, foisting your inferior form on my eyes? I will not tolerate this. You should have remained nothing but a stain on that wall. I'll be glad to leave you here once and for all. Bye. You know, that's a good question, Blade Tool. Zelda should have been like, and he would have been like, hey, quit that. Not really, Dakota. You have to kind of get in their hitbox a little bit, so the swing bypasses their sword or spear or whatever. Especially since your swing always goes from right to left, you can kind of plan around that. Notice that this mimics the Hyrule Castle tower, excuse me, from LTTP, aka a gauntlet. Encounters. Blurry background. What a beautiful masterpiece. My talent is almost frightening. And then there's you, Wham. I can barely bring myself to look at such an inferior creature. And yet it seems there's more to you than meets the eye. How did you manage to escape that wall? Ah, never mind. I don't have time to listen to your prattle. I have what I've come to Hyrule for, so I refuse to let you delay my departure any further. Farewell for the last time. Get some hearts, come on me. And some rupees, apparently. Everything's it. I do like his painting attacks. The giant lightning swaths. Flame, death. Oh, Jesus. Too slow there. I mean, of course he's angry. Why wouldn't he be? Hey, I've got enough to buy a new item. So I'm gonna die in a second here. God, bull of this fight! You mean I kicked your ass? So okay, you can say it. Once I've released Ganon, lowly creatures like you won't be worth my time. perspective shot. So here's our next and I believe final gimmick for the game. And if you've played LTTP, you saw this coming from a mile away. There is a dark world. Now, now I can finally talk about this. Here's the thing. This isn't the Dark World. In fact, by all accounts, this has absolutely nothing to do with the Dark World or the Golden Land. This is quite literally a parallel dimension. Emphasis on the word parallel. They'll talk about this in a bit, but the idea here is this was another Hyrule where they decided to make a slightly different decision during the Imprisoning War. And as a result of that Imprisoning War decision, things have been going to hell ever since. And yes, as I've mentioned many, many times, the Zelda series has always had alternate dimensions, pocket dimensions, etc. We've already seen this from the stuff we've played through in Link's Awakening, arguably in LTTP, and in Phantom Hourglass. So, now it makes perfect sense. In fact, if you look at the map of the Dark World here, or excuse me, not the Dark World, this is much more one-to-one than the World one, the Light World was. And the reason why is because this is this was what they started working on first when this was still a remake, when they were still actually designing this as a remake of LTTP. So most of the asset reuse happened here. We've arrived just in time. Irene. And some other people, I guess. Splendid collection, don't you think? All 7 sages and Zelda herself. Oh yeah, fun fact, we've actually met all of these individuals already. I know, right, Dean? But even they pale in comparison to my next artful creation. Me. I will use the sages to reach the one who shall help me attain true beauty. I mean, of course. Ganon! Behold, the Triforce of Power. Join with me. Let us destroy all ugliness in this world or any other. We shall be truly superior. And remember, one of Ganon's biggest flaws is and always has been pride. So he kind of naturally goes along with this. Also probably helps that he barely has a mind at this point. And as I pointed out before, he never will again. Hero of Hyrule, I can hold the beast at bay for only so long. It should prove long enough time to bid you a most sorrowful welcome to my kingdom. Welcome to Lorule. Get it? My name is Princess Hilda, and I have failed you in every way. I knew Yuga planned to slip into your world to abduct Zelda and the sages. I couldn't stop him. Now he has used them to summon the Demon King and siphon his power. Yuga's appetite will soon consume our worlds, Hyrule and Lorule. The beasts for the taking. As usual, we can't make Zelda a character, so we'll make someone else a character. I cannot hold him back much longer, so I must see you to safety. She's no Midna, but I like Hilda.
Hey.
Here we are. A moment more of safety, Lore. Though Yuga is slipping his bonds, I'll try to keep you safe from him as long as I can. I'm afraid I must ask you to do what I cannot. Defeat the beast. To do that, you must awaken your full potential, hero of Hyrule. I sense the paintings of Hyrule's 7 sages are being sent to the far corners of Lorule. You must steal those paintings back. The secret to Yuga's defeat lies in uniting your friends. Farewell, hero of Hyrule. We shall meet again. I mean, you say that, Kitten Fan, but as I will always point out, it's kind of the writer's job to design the scenario setting and otherwise circumstance. Or, put another way, it's the reason that Zelda's not a character is because the writers don't wish her to be. There are ways to solve these equations they just haven't bothered with. How does this kid expect to survive 2 seconds in low roll if he's... Yes, I'm sorry, did I wake you? No, the guy hammering the thing right next to me did. Jesus Christ. How was your nap? I don't even know why I brought you back. Should have just left you there passed out in the middle of the road. Now that you're awake and I see you're okay, you can see yourself to the door. Now go on, shoot! What do you want this time? Here I am taking all this time just to help folks out. Since when did I get so nice? The nerve, passing out right in the middle of the road and then mumbling the name. What was it, Gully? Never heard of such a name. Even if I had kids, I would never name one Gully. Now go on, scoot! Also notice the load screen is slightly different when we're in low roll.
Hi.
Can you hear me, hero of Hyrule? It is I, Princess Hilda. I wanted to warn you about the kingdom in which you have found yourself. My low rule may remind you of your own home, but in fact our kingdoms are as different as night and day. Worlds apart, as they say. But Yuga's scheme has forced our 2 kingdoms close together, so close they are now connected. What's more, the 7 sages you seek are spread in my land, locked away in dungeons. But because parts of Lorule have long crumbled away, you cannot get to them from where you are now. To reach them, you must first find a way back to Hyrule. Termina, Trihexia. From various parts of your world, you can reach the same parts of mine. One more thing. I have welcomed you to Lorule, but my kingdom isn't so welcoming to strangers. Farewell. Be careful out there, Laura. Really running around with a sword like that? Ugh. Pour my heart and soul into crafting fine weapons, and folks like you just battle with whatever they find lying around. This is the Master Sword, sir! So you asked about the music. You've been playing for a while. Why not take a break? Thanks, game. So, one of the biggest ways in which this low rule is completely different from the Dark World is that up there in the upper right. You see that? We'll talk about why later, because they haven't talked about it yet, so I'm not going to spoil it yet, but parts of the kingdom are quite literally falling apart. So these giant chasms, these are actual chasms in the world, and are probably more accurately described as dimensional chasms, rather than physical ones. You can't cross these normally. This also informs the layout and terrain of the Dark World, just like in LTTP. You do not have access to the overwhelming majority of the world at the start without some cleverness. There's actually... I don't know how to describe it. In the Hyrule, you just... I want to go there, so you just walk there. In low roll, you have to solve for X, right? You have to actually design how to get to that spot. And yes, low roll is a plane, not a planet. Again, there's so many examples of these throughout the course of the Zelda series that yet another plane of existence existing alongside ours barely even registers on my radar. This is pretty normal. Up to 18 of those. Without even really trying, too. Pretty much Trihexia. Let's get the save spot. To my knowledge, Hyrule is a planet. It just is a planet with a lot of planes on it. They will play Jamal, don't worry. There's our third bottle. We're actually still missing one, but whatever. We're just going to hold on to that and just leave that be there for a while because, well, there's something in which we might want to put that into. If we find it, we'll see. That's a luck thing. We'll figure out how that goes. Oop, oop, oop. Yeah, I know, right, Dakota? He's just that good, Fusion Bolt. I suppose we'll be taking this here treasure unless you be dashing. You might as well go home now. Right, yeah. So let's go get the shoes since we can. There's nothing actually preventing that right now. Don't worry, the second time takes a lot less time. And there's your load time. You're alive? I thought that... no matter, I'm just glad to see you're alive and well. Please tell me, is Princess Zelda safe? Yes. Yeah, I don't know why the diary is only in hero mode. That's weird. So Yuga's become evil itself in a kingdom of shadow. Curse him for all eternity. His evil is spread even here, for just after you vanished into Hyrule Castle, a quake shook the kingdom. Left fissures like these all throughout Hyrule, and when there are cracks, can shattering be far behind. Oh, Lord. With Princess Zelda in our enemy's hands, Hyrule's on the brink of disaster, but you at least wield the sacred blade of legend, the Master Sword. Hope it still lives as long as you hold the sword, and your courage will see us through. The future of kingdom is in your hand, Lore. Yeah. Maybe that's why they locked it there, Kitten Fan, because, you know, you can't access hero mode on your first playthrough. What game was that, Blade Tunnel? Oh. I think I even know what you're referencing, actually. So there's our portal in Kakariko, by the way. Who's there? You, where'd you come from? Sorry. I had no idea the stone was that precious. Ugh. I knew that gemstone would fetch a high price. I'm sorry, I already sold it to that guy over there. I already spent all the money I got from selling the dark stone. I couldn't help taking it. My boots helped me run so fast, I've been stealing everything that isn't nailed down. I just couldn't help it. But here, you take these boots. I can tell you won't abuse their power. I hope they fit. Oh yeah, and it's like LTTP instead of like the other ones, which I do prefer, so I'm with it. So now that we have that... Oops. Okay. I did want to do one other thing before we move on. Okay, this is harder to aim than it probably should be. The text was not really great, Dean Badine. What it meant is you had to hold down L for a short time in order to dash. Welcome to Rupee Rush. You have 30 seconds to grab the rupees. If your time exceeds 30 seconds, you forfeit all rupees you collected. Here's the twist. There's no timer. Let's do it. I didn't know Tifa was in this game. I think I may have screwed myself with that last little dip to get the red. Oh, no, we're good. Yeah, I was actually being cautious there. Good day, Evo. Hope your evening is going well. We just encountered you in this game. It was the cowgirl just now, obviously. Okay, so we got the, my. There's still 3 in town. I'm pretty sure we can get all of them at this point. So let's roam a little bit, see if we can find these. Honestly, you might as well ask why is there so much gambling in Japanese games in general, because there's a lot. I mean, there's a reason it was a mainstay in the Pokemon series for so long. So I need the Sand Rod for that. So I can't actually get that. Pachinko is so terrible. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Pachinko is crap! There we go. Be more definitive about that. Nope, this is the limit right here. There's the one on the roof. I don't remember how to get this one. I know we have to use the Cuckoos, but I don't remember how to get up there initially. So we can just grab one? Let's see what happens. Nope. We gotta... Oh, maybe we can glide from up here? Let's try that. Yeah, I actually didn't think that would work. Did it go smoothly, Evo? That's right, that's how I'm supposed to use Cuckoos. Thank you for reminding me, DVD. I'm not going to do that because I got a bunch of rentals on me. But I'll show that off later. Just double checking here. I guess I could save state and show it off. Hang on. That's actually not as bad as I thought it'd be. See, I should probably mention I'm a little bit biased because there's a thing. It's not actually in the randomizer, it's in crowd control for LTTP. And in crowd control for LTTP, there he is. There's an option that the crowd, that's you all, can set to just have the cuckoos attacking. For like a solid minute. Or longer, depending on your settings. And if that doesn't sound terrifying, please think about what 60 solid seconds of cuckoos coming at you feels like. And it can happen anywhere. Anyways, pretty sure that's all except for the one I cannot get. Oh, there's two I cannot get. Oh god, getting fed, that would be terrible. Yeah, death. It feels like death. So there's that one. I know that requires the sand rod. What other one am I missing? It's outside of the range. Yeah, go ahead and tell me. Just Rob. Just to speed this up a little. If you don't mind. I do love how we can mow the lawn in this game. There it is. Okay. So that's all but the one we can't actually get yet. Thank you, Mr. Rob. We haven't even been there yet. There's a bunch in the middle. Probably because they're all in Hyrule. We still don't have the Titan's Mitt. I probably should put a kibosh on trying to explore all these until I have the Titan's Mitt. I got that one. Yeah, I do like the screeching. Sentences that need clarification. I like it when he screeches. I can't do VR games. Nausea and headache issues. But I do know several people who have been using, what's it called? Beat Saber as an exercise program. There you are. I just realized I didn't answer you, Evo. Sorry. Yes, I am enjoying the game. I mean, wait, Ross is here. This is the worst game! This is the worst Zelda. Hi, Zora. You know, Beat Saber can be a workout, let me tell you. Wait, what? That's wrong. No, actually, Ross. That's completely wrong. Let's shut down the bot really quick. That shouldn't be doing that. Oh, that's why. Yeah, this game is worse than even Zelda 1, and that's impressive. Here we go. Like, I would rather play Metroid 1 than play this game again. See, that's bait. That's how you can tell someone's trolling. There we go. Him. The hell was I doing? No, I don't actually enjoy trolling, like, in the traditional sense of the word. I like poking fun at friends, like most people do, but that's about the extent of that. Yeah, Skyward was always supposed to be next, and, well, there's kind of an asterisk to that, too. See, strategically speaking, if there is a remaster or remake announcement soon, the one game, well, there's actually two games, that it's very, very unlikely to be of. That would be Link's Awakening and Skyward, because those are already remastered on the Switch. So if there's anything that's safe to play early, those are they. Now, obviously, there's a whole lot of Zelda games we've already covered, and there's only so much I can do about that. Sure, Mr. Red. Alright, I will give 15 donuts to the first person who executes Mr. Red immediately. Well, Tears and Breath are also safe. I'm not worried about that. Unless they decide to go a Last of Us, which... yeah, hopefully not. I mean, realistically speaking, none of them Triaxia. I don't have time to play games for fun. If I somehow had a... oh, what's that stupid thing called? The hyperbolic chamber or whatever? That's a little bit of a different question. A gaming platform I would actively recommend avoid playing on. Hyperbolic time chamber, that's the one. I've been putting how much of these games I would consider replayable in the review document, as I always do. By the review document, I mean the one on the website. But LTTP and this one are probably going to be the most... Virtual Boy. Yeah, don't play the Virtual Boy, Evo. Whether VR works for you or not, that's going to be case by case. Some people have issues, like I do. Some people do not. Oh yeah, we also have this button now. This is actually kind of cool. We could see where we're at equivalently in low roll. It's a nice little touch. Yes. Oh my god, yes. Yes, I'm glad that we can do this. Thank you for telling me this now. Plus the gameplay. Ah, crap. Oh my god, I was mashing B. I was mashing B. I don't recommend anybody play on mobile. Ever, under any circumstances. But I'm pretty sure I'm in the vast minority on that point. 1,200? God damn it. Okay. Okay, whatever. See, I knew something cost more, and everything was costing the same, so I assumed I was wrong. I didn't actually check everything, I just checked like half the stuff. Whatever. Okay. Alright, alright. I mean, you know how... I'm trying to think of something that's not, like, really historically or controversially charged. I can't think of an example. You know how sometimes something bad will happen and then people will defend it by saying, well, there was at least some good that came out of it. That's mobile games, in a nutshell, right there. There are some decent mobile games, and there are some people who derive some enjoyment from some decent mobile games, and that's cool. And then there's everything else. I'm not actually sure even what to add to that. Mobile games are a plague. Oh my god. So, I know that, you know, boobs sell and all that, but I had no idea how bad it had gotten. Holy crap. Like, it's pretty bad. Yeah, you notice my reaction to that kitten fan. I remember that minigame. So I'm pretty sure I need the upgraded bomb for this. I believe I am correct. Boobs in mobile games, I guess is the way to phrase that. Like, there are so many mobile games, usually gacha, which are non-interactive games. Like, I honestly would argue that most of them do not qualify as video games by virtue of how non-interactive they are. And their big appeal is bouncy women. And yeah, I'm sorry. Porn is free. Pornhub, Xvideos. You're welcome. I actually do have a timer, kitten fan. You can't go there publicly. You probably, if you are sufficiently horny to need to look at bouncy women while you're on the subway or at the restaurant or at work, maybe there's another problem here. I'm just saying. So look here, this is Rupee Rush. I'm not going to sell you on it. I'll say this, though. It's not a bad way to make some good loot. Give it 30 seconds to get you as many rupees as you can. If you come back, talk to me before your time is up, you get to keep all your rupees. Actually, can I do... I can. Let's do this. Let's do this differently. There we go. That'll be easier. It's not that easy, because there's no timer. Play for 100 rupees. Jesus. Okay. Okay, I don't have the sand rod. It's kind of a scouting mission. I also don't have the Titan Mint. Little fast. We net positive barely. But I'll take the bonus. And there's that heart piece. I was actually going to ask about the like-likes. It's funny that they're random. Terrible, but funny. Oh, you can always tell if it's a like-like. I pointed that out earlier. The shadow and the glimmer are both different. Yes, I would like the fire rod, please. To buy. Actually, yes. So the main villain has what I'm going to refer to as painting powers. He's a pictomancer. And he imprisoned us in a painting, or rather he imprisoned us on the wall as a painting. Now, because we happen to have this lucky bracelet on, we were able to get out. And so now we can use that at will. Not the first time in a Zelda series where an enemy curses you and you turn that curse into an advantage. And yeah, you could probably tell I was beelining for this kitten fan. Fire rod, please. So, that's the nice fire rod. I don't know what else to add to that. Maybe a demonstration. So about that viscerality. Unfortunately, there are other items we can have and will have that'll do more damage, but... Now, yes, we can get hit by it too, by the way. It's not totally free. Oh yeah, you also can't use it in water. Yeah, the stun, it's essentially a slightly better tornado rod. Which was already a really good item. But instead of something that's centered around us, a PB AoE, it's a targeted AoE. I don't remember how to get that heart piece. Oh my god, Evo. What am I gonna do with you? Did I already check this? I think I already did this. Yeah, I think I already did this. So what you're saying is if I destroy the pun through it, is the 1000-Year Door remaster worth playing? I don't know how to be sarcastic enough to answer that question. You broke me. You broke my sarcasm for a second. So, instead of giving you a sarcastic, no, it's the worst game ever, Paper Mario 2 is one of the best RPGs ever made. Like, bare minimum top 20 or 30 material. And that probably doesn't sound very high, but when you consider the number of RPGs that are extremely good, Paper Mario 2 still manages to hang with several of those. Now, I have not played the remaster, but I know several people who have, and they have been telling me some of the quality of life changes, which are legit. So take what was already one of the best RPGs ever made, and add some quality of life changes and the availability of playing it on the Switch. Do you need to play one first? No. Now, this is kind of strange, because they actually are contiguous. Super Mario RPG is intended to be, before Paper Mario is intended to be Paper Mario 2. It's supposed to be one line of continuity, and there are references between them. But because of reasons that you could probably guess without me even telling you about them, Miyamoto, excuse me, those are just the domain of references, and while you might be able to derive a little bit more enjoyment from playing the originals first, you do not have to. Paper Mario 2 stands on its own. Having said that, Super Mario RPG did get a remaster with lots of quality of life changes recently. Or remake, that the jury's still out on that one. Just something to think about. Not trying to sell you. No, I did not acknowledge it, Mr. Red. And I never will.